everyone, welcome to our channel Sangeeta to Teach. Today in this video we're going to look at the principles of the labor legislation. So we will discuss what kind of the principles are present in the labor legislation. So without any delay we'll start this video. So what is a legislation? Legislation is nothing but a law. Okay, who can enact it and enforce it? So there are two terms, enactment and enforcement. So who can enact? See, enacting is nothing but it is trying to make a law. You make a law according to the situation or any problem that is undertaken. So we will make a law and we will enforce it. Enforcement is nothing but implementing the law. Implementing the law is enforcement and enacting the law is making the law. Okay, there are two terms, enactment and the enforcement. So who can enact and who can enforce the law, we will see. So the labor law enacted by the central government, where central government has a whole responsibility for the enforcement. So the law can be enacted and enforced by the central government itself. Okay, that is the first point. The next point is that the labor law enacted by the central government and enforced by both central and the state government. There are some laws that are made or enacted by the central government and these are implemented. These are implemented in both state and as well as the central. So this is the second point. Third point is that the labor law enacted by the central government and enforced by the state governments. See, this central government makes some law and this is being implemented in that particular state governments as well. Okay, the fourth point is that the labor law enacted and enforced by various state governments. Each government may have their own labor laws, right? These are enacted and they are enforced. These are made and they are applied or implemented in their states, right? So they can do it. The central government itself can make the law and implement it. The central government can make the law and it is enforced, that is, it can be applied or implemented in both the central government as well as the state government. And the next one is that the central government can enact and it can be enforced, that it can be implemented only in the state governments, right? And later the state government itself can make a law and it also can implement the law. So the central and state both can do their enactment as well as the enforcement. Clear with this legislation? Right. Moving on to the principles, the type of labor legislations. So these are the principles, these are the important principles. There are many principles, but we are discussing the important principles. The first one is protective labor legislation, which is being to protect the laborers. It is being to protect the workmen in the organization or an establishment. Next comes the regulative labor legislation. Regulation, it is nothing but it will look at the working conditions. It will regulate. It is going to look at the what kind of different changes that can be made to comfort the workmen. So regulative in nature. They keep on checking whether the working conditions are being improved or not. They regulate it, right? And the next one is the social security. The security that is given for the workmen comes under the social security labor legislation. The next one is the welfare. The welfare that is being provided for the workmen. It is not just the payments or something else that is given for workmen. They also expect welfare so that they can do their best in their work. So we will discuss what laws comes under this protective, regulative, social security and welfare. So moving on. In the protective labor legislation, see, why are we learning this? There might be questions asking, the Factories Act comes under which labor legislation? It is under the protective labor legislation. So once you know this and you revise it, it will become very easy and you can eliminate. If you don't know also, you can eliminate from the options, right? Okay, protective. Where do a workman need to be protected? It can be in the factories. Yes, in factories you have to protect the workman so that he is not been under any accident or so. Mines, yes, underground there are works and above the ground also you have some works, right? So there must be protection for people who are working in mines and factories. This is common thing. Okay. Payment of Wages Act. Yes, payment of wages also comes under the protective. So just remember, it is P for P. Payment of wages comes under protective. See, why are we learning this? See, look, have a linking of the acts and make it easy to learn. Minimum wages. See, minimum wages also comes under the protection. Child Labor Act, contract labor comes under the protective labor legislation. Plantation comes under the protective labor legislation. Next is the motor transport and the shops and establishment. How do we remember all these acts under this protective labor legislation? See, it is simple. Make that you have to protect your family, so at least you have to have some wages to protect yourself. So the payments of wages acts and the minimum wages acts will come under the protective labor. And anyways, factories and the mines should have some protection, so it will come under the protective labor legislation. Child labor, yes, it is protecting the children. Coming to the contract labor, it is protecting the contractors. And plantation labor, motor transport, when there is a transport, there must be some protection there so that there is no accidents on roads or something else. So remember in such a way. Shops, so that there would be no fire or something like that in the shops and establishment, so they should be protected. So under protective act, we will have Factories Act, Mines Act, payment of wages, minimum wages. I said the protection with your wages, so you'll have minimum wages and payment of wages. Then children are protected, so child labor comes under it. Contractors are protected, so contract comes under protective. Plantation, transport, motor transport, and shops and establishment, so these all comes under the protective labor legislation. Revise it, study 2-3 times, then it will be very easy to memorize. Give us some linking to that act so that it would be easy for you. Okay, coming to the regulative. There are only 3 acts under the regulative. These will regulate the working conditions of the workmen. So what are the 3 acts? The trade union. The trade union is going to regulate the work conditions of the workmen. Industrial dispute acts. If there is any dispute in the industry, this regulatory work authority will take care of it. So Industrial Disputes Act and the Industrial Employment Standing Orders Act 1946. So these are the 3 acts that fall under the regulative legislation. So what are those 3 regulating bodies? That is trade unions, this Industrial Dispute Act, as well as the Industrial Employment Standing Orders Act 1946. Right? Moving on to the next. Coming to the social security legislation, the workmen, see, security you provide when there is some accident, and then you have to give some compensation to the workmen. So the workmen compensation comes under the social security. State insurance, employee state insurance comes under the social security. Maternity benefit, yes, for mothers who are being pregnant, it is a security that is provided by the establishment or the employer. So maternity comes under the social security. Gratuity is nothing but if you're working for a company continuously for 5 years, it will provide you a gratuity. So payment of gratuity comes under the social security. So Provident Fund, Miscellaneous Provisions Act 1952, this will come under the social security. It is simple, right? From the act itself you can understand whether it is a protective act or a protective labor legislation or the social security. So protective is protecting, social security is providing you some security. So compensation is money, like when you have an accident, when you are partially disabled or completely disabled, you will get some compensation, right? So this is a security that is given for an employee. Next one, state insurance, employee state insurance. This is a security, right? An insurance that you are making with the employer also contributes. Maternity benefit, it is a social security. Gratuity comes under the social security, and the provident funds, right? These are all the security based, right? Coming to the welfare is an addition that you are giving to an labor other than the payment. Other than the wages, you are giving some additional facilities like welfare. So the Mica Mines Labor Welfare Fund Act 1946, Beery Workers Welfare Fund, and iron ore mines, manganese ores, chrome Mines Labor Welfare Fund. So these, like, in the act itself you can find there is a welfare fund. So these all comes under the welfare legislation. So you have understood what are the different types of labor legislations. They are protective, regulative, social security, and welfare. So protective, where you are being protected. Regulative, where there is a regulatory body that takes care and keeps on periodically looking at the issues or problems that are being faced by the labor. And social security, providing security to the workmen. Welfare, it is an addition to your wages, where you have given a welfare to the employees. So these are the different types of laws that fall under the principles. And now we are looking at the labor codes. So when labor codes related to wages, we have minimum wages, payment of bonus, and equal remuneration. So these are the different types of wage related labor codes. So everything that is related to wage, that is nothing but minimum wages, payment of bonus, and equal remuneration. So when you're getting a wage, it should be a minimum wage. Next one, you have to get your wages paid, so payment of wages. Bonus, the wage also includes bonus, so payment of wage of bonus, and equal remuneration. Equal remuneration is nothing but you are going to be paid equal to the men and women. Okay, coming to the labor codes on industrial relations, you again have this three. These are nothing but the regulatory labor legislation. It is nothing but the Trade Union Act 1926 and Industrial Employment Standing Orders Act 1976 and Industrial Dispute Act 1947, right? Okay, these are the regulatory and these are the wage related codes. So let's look at the knowledge quiz. So where does the Maternity Benefit Act fall under which type of the labor legislation? So maternity benefit is something of social security that is given for the workmen. Okay, payment of wages, I said you P for P. Payment of wages, it is giving, the wages are giving you a protection, so it falls under the protective labor legislation. Coming to the Trade Union Act, so I said you the bodies like trade unions, Industrial Dispute Act, Standing Orders Act will fall under the regulatory. So this is nothing but regulatory labor legislation. Payment of Wages Act is protective labor legislation. Maternity is nothing but social security legislation. So these are the answers. Maternity is social security, payment is the protective, trade union is regulative in nature. So I hope this is clear, and if you revise it, it will become more easy and to remember, and you can eliminate from the options if you are asked from any other principles. So this is for today. Thank you so much. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, please subscribe and like for more videos. Thank you so much.